Good morning. Today we'll be looking at the fundamental rights explained with cases. List of fundamental rights: Article 14 to 18 right to equality, Article 19 to 22 right to freedom, Article 23 to 24 right against exploitation, Article 25 to 28 right to freedom of religion, Article 29 to 30 cultural and educational rights, Article 32 right to constitutional remedies. Right to equality, Article 14 to 18, key provisions, Article 14, equality before the law, Article 15, prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth, Article 16, equality in public employment, Article 17, abolition of untouchability, Article 18, abolition of titles except military or academic distinctions, landmark cases Indra Sawhney versus Union of India 1992, issue reservation for backward classes in government jobs held. Reservations are valid but should not exceed 50% with exceptions. Right to freedom, Article 19 to 22, key provisions, Article 19, freedom of speech, assembly, association, movement, residence, Article 20, protection and respect of conviction for offences, Article 21, protection of life and personal liberty, Article 21A, right to education, 6 to 14 years, Article 22, protection against arbitrary arrest and detention, landmark cases Menaka Gandhi versus Union of India 1978. The right to life and liberty includes right to travel abroad. It is part of Article 21. K.S. Puttasamy versus Union of India 2017 held right to privacy is a fundamental right under Article 21. Right against exploitation, Article 23 to 24. Article 23, prohibition of human trafficking and forced labor, Article 24, prohibition of child labor and hazardous employment. Landmark case People's Union for Democratic Rights versus Union of India 1982 held non-payment of minimum wages amounts to forced labor under Article 23. Right to freedom of religion, Article 25 to 28, key provisions, Article 25, freedom of conscience and to profess, practice and propagate religion, Article 26, freedom to manage religious affairs, Article 27, no tax for promoting any religion, Article 28, no religious instruction, state-funded educational institutions. Landmark case, Shirur Mutt case 1954 held, essential religious practices are protected under Article 25. Cultural and educational rights, Article 29 to 30, key provisions, Article 29, protection of interests of minorities, Article 30, right of minorities to establish and administer educational institutions, landmark case TMA Pai Foundation versus State of Karnataka 2002, held minority institutions have the right to manage their own affairs with reasonable regulations. Right to constitutional remedies, Article 32, key provision, empowers citizens to move the Supreme Court directly for the enforcement of their fundamental rights. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar called Article 32 the heart and soul of the Constitution. Keshav Nanda Bharati versus State of Kerala 1973, fundamental rights are part of the basic structure of the Constitution.